Off the top of 6 now, we begin with a very frightening home invasion on South Beach.
A man bursting inside a young mother's apartment, but she refused to become a victim. She grabbed a knife from the kitchen instead. Let's get right over to Local 10's Rosh Lowe. He's live with our top story at 6.
This was an absolute nightmare on Miami Beach, and to fully understand the gravity of what happened here, you have to speak with the victim in this case, and that's exactly what we did.
A man jumped on me and tried to kiss me and hug me and hold my arms so I couldn't move.
That is the voice of a woman who fought for her life on Miami Beach.
I started trying to defend myself and beat him. So I was beating him as much as I could.
So you were fighting for your life?
I was fighting for my life. And I opened the drawer of my kitchen and I took the knife from my drawer and I pointed the knife and I said, if you don't get out of my house right now, I'm gonna kill you.
Wow. Brave woman, man. Resourceful woman. Quick thinking woman who in the struggle for her life used what was close to her. I say keep a blade on you at all times, ladies, anyway. Her being in the house, she probably would have had it in her purse, and keep it in your back pocket, because had this happened in another room, not the kitchen, we may be doing a different story. Violence is out of control. Criminals are emboldened. Even when they get caught, they're being released with ankle monitors in 2023 court dates. And a lot of them aren't even getting caught. So all I can say to you guys is, while you're out here, have situational awareness. It's hard to have situational awareness when you're in your house. But salute to this woman.
Knife from my drawer, and I point the knife. And I said, if you don't get out of my house right now, I'm gonna kill you.
It's Monday at around 6:30 p.m. on Euclid Avenue when the victim says a strange man forces his way into her apartment. Her neighbor describes hearing the screams.
Straight out of a horror movie. Like she was screaming bloody murder. Like clearly she was scared for her life. It was terrifying.
The suspect gets away.
It's a white man, about 5'7".
A glider. And here's the thing, guys. That glider is going to have the same protections in this criminal justice system as the Sun Man. That glider criminal should thank all Sun Men. Because that glider, when they catch him, he's going to be on the streets the next day. And that wasn't the case before. So this glider should thank sisters and pasty liberals for protesting and changing the laws for Sunmen, which benefits all criminals of all shades and all races.
The suspect gets away.
It's a white man, about 5'7".
For the victim, a mother of two, she is grateful she is here to share her story and praying her nightmare ends with an arrest.
I'm lucky to be alive, and I'm blessed that nothing worse happened, because he could not beat me back. He could be with a weapon, And thank God that the knife I had was able to make him get out of my apartment.
Can you even imagine what this mom had to go through, fighting for her life, grabbing a kitchen knife? If you have any information on this case, pick up the phone, give Miami Beach Police a call. I can tell you, crime scene investigators are back out here on the scene as we speak, as they try to solve this case. We're live on Miami Beach tonight. Rosh Lowe, Local 10 News.
Now to our breaking news, a woman shot and killed inside of a check cashing business. Well, this store is on Old York Road in Ogont. And Eyewitness News reporter Alicia Roberts is at that scene. She's got the latest for us. Alicia.
Good evening to you, Natasha and Jessica. Police describing this as a very violent robbery attempt that turned deadly in broad daylight. Behind me here is the store where it's happened at. They describe it as a husband and wife owned store. And just moments ago, detectives walked in the family of that 67-year-old store owner, the female victim who was fatally shot inside this store just after 12 o'clock.
And this is another thing that you're seeing on the streets, man. They're killing old people. Old people are getting it really bad right now. And I've been one of the channels that's tried to draw attention to this. But yeah, it's no longer just a knockout game. If there's an old person in the crime, in the interaction, that old person usually ends up dead now. And you're going to start seeing that going forward. Son man don't got no love for the old man. I guess the son feel like the son been around longer than you. I'm the old one. I'm the original. But yeah, man, it's just sad, man.
I want to also call your attention, right next to this store is actually a daycare. There were children inside as this shooting happened. What we know from police right now is that at 12:19, they received a call that a woman, the female store owner here, had stepped out of the store momentarily. As she walked back in, a man with a gun followed her inside the store. A struggle ensued inside the store. A single shot was fired, hitting that woman once in the chest. She died on scene from her injuries. Today we spoke with those who live in this area and shop at the store about the violence that happened so close to home, especially with so many young children nearby.
She seemed to be a pleasant woman, just doing her job. And it's sad that, these are the days and times we live in that you can't even come out and even go to work. It's really sad.
People had no regard for life. It's sad. It's elderly life, it don't matter. And people using any excuse out here to do what they think they need to do. But that's why I try to keep my kids close, man. Try to protect them the best way I can.
Now behind me right now, you're actually looking at the door inside the store here. That is the metal door that detectives tell me the bullet went through the victim and struck. They actually cut out a piece of that door as evidence. Again, detectives walking through the family of that female victim right now to tell them exactly what happened here today as that struggle ensued. We are told there were surveillance cameras rolling as this all happened. So police do have a lot of evidence on their side right now. But that being said, the gunman remains on the run tonight. We are expecting to hear more from Philadelphia police in the coming hour here. We will have a live update for you tonight at 10 and 11 right here on CBS 3.
This is WJZ Breaking News.
Hello, everybody. I'm Rick Ritter.
I'm Nicole Baker. Welcome to WJZ News at 5 and to all of you streaming us tonight. We begin with a story about shock, outrage, and sorrow.
And those right there are just a few of the emotions tonight after a beloved church employee was killed inside her East Baltimore church. Meanwhile, the governor and the state, they have announced they are now offering a 6-digit reward, you heard that right, for any information leading to an arrest.
It is terrible that people have to be hurt and killed for what?
Well, WJZ stays on this story for you. We were the first to tell you about it yesterday.
That's right, Avenjoy Burnett live at that church on North Chester Street with the very latest on this investigation that everyone is talking about tonight. Avenjoy.
Rick and Nicole, we moved over here to Baltimore City Police Headquarters for the latest from that angle. Officials have not made any announcements about an arrest or a suspect, but back to Governor Larry Hogan. He announced a $100,000 reward in this case for any information that leads to an arrest and conviction, and he's calling on the city to match that figure. There is outrage in Baltimore after a criminal passed a sacred line and killed someone inside a church.
They'll go as far as this right here taking a life in the house of God.
The victim was 69-year-old Evelyn Player. She was a mother and grandmother and also a dedicated member of her church who showed up early Tuesday morning so that she could open up the doors for contractors. But about an hour later, someone found her inside a bathroom, stabbed to death.
Now, I'm trying to tell you, man, I've been on this. In these son communities, okay? In these son, and I threw you guys a bone at the beginning of the video. I gave you some glacier crime, okay? But I'm focused on the bulk of it, 90% of it in this country. A woman like this, over the years, respect has eroded. When I was a young man, I was probably in the last generation of people that grew up where you respected your elders, where you helped old ladies like this across the street, where you took their trash out, where you carried their bags in, and they give you a 50-cent quarter or something like that. But you know, you did it even if she didn't give you anything. Over the years, that's eroded. And since 2020, the erosion has been in hyperdrive. Okay? All right? So it's like, you ever see one of those videos where they show you a plant germinating? And, you know, but they fast forwarded time lapse. And you can see the plant like go from like a seed to a stalk with leaves on it in about, 30 seconds. That's what's happening now with the disrespect of old people. They don't care. An old person, you might as well be a roach or a fly. They don't care about old people. In fact, they don't like them. They hate them. Newsflash.
69-year-old Evelyn Player. She was a mother and grandmother and also a dedicated member of her church who showed up early Tuesday morning so that she could open up the doors for contractors. But about an hour later, someone found her inside a bathroom, stabbed to death. Pastor Dante Hickman said she served her church to the very end.
On that particular day, she got here earlier than she would normally come before the male sextons got here, perhaps to pray. And to have her life taken from her like that in the church and in the community that we love is really heartbreaking.
Pastor Hickman says Player's family has been in Southern Baptist Church for 4 generations. Her daughter shared a final text her mom sent to her on Facebook right around the same time she got to the church. It said, "Good morning, I'm here. Have a great day. Love you." There is also a heart emoji. Her daughter responded, "Love you too." WJZ was outside the church Wednesday as a detective walked along the building's perimeter on North Chester Street. Player is a 298th homicide victim of the year.
We are going to find who killed this woman. We are going to go out and make sure that we hold that person accountable.
As police investigate, residents are just fed up with the city's crime.
We had a priest last week pistol whip, and then this week we have a beautiful child of God being killed in God's house.
Now, in addition to that $100,000 reward, the governor is calling on other state agencies to step in and help wherever possible, stepping up visibility and also assisting with the investigation. We must also let you know that there will be a prayer rally outside the church tomorrow at 6 p.m. in honor of Miss Evelyn. Live tonight at Baltimore City Police Headquarters, Ava Joy Burnett for WJ.
A Baltimore priest fears for his life during an attack.
What he's saying about this terrifying ordeal.
Hello, thanks for staying with WJZ. I'm Denise Koch.
And I'm Vic Carter. We want to welcome all of you who are streaming this afternoon.
A priest attacked at gunpoint right outside his church in Little Italy in broad daylight. The suspect stealing his wallet and cell phone.
And the priest survived the attack and spoke with Jessica Albert today. She has a story.
I did think to myself right in that moment, oh God, he could shoot me.
Just before 4 Friday afternoon, Father Bernie Carmen was getting out of his car in front of St. Leo's Catholic Church when a man he doesn't know came up to him.
Ran over to me and said, "Give me your wallet." I said, "No." and he pulled out a gun and kind of kept it close to him.
Father Bernie says the man hit him on the side of the head with his gun. Then a woman came up and stole his phone, and the man took his wallet. Father Bernie says while all of that was going on, he fell to the ground and hit his head on a wall outside the church.
I think the full effects of it are just coming through.
Okay, so this is a priest. We know who did this. This is Baltimore. So we know who did this. And we also know who did this because they're not telling us who did this. But I've been trying to relay a message to you guys lately. Women, children, and the elderly. You can tell, nothing tells you more about a community or a place, a country, a town, a city, a people, a group, an ethnicity, than how they treat their most vulnerable. And the most vulnerable in your community are your women, your children, and your elderly, in whichever order you want to place it. And I think that a lot of you guys here who sub to this channel know how bad things are. But the rest of the community, the rest of the country in general, I think when they finally realize how bad the stand has gotten, it's going to be too late for a lot of people. The stand is a really, really, really bad place right now. And I'm just wondering how long they're going to continue to ignore it.
I think the full effects of it are just coming through. Because Sunday night, all of a sudden, I felt extremely tired.
His parishioners can't believe this happened.
It does upset me very much because Father Bernie is a good man who does much good in the world.
Especially since Father Bernie is waiting for a new kidney and just had surgery to prepare him for dialysis.
We prayed for him, and now we have this to pray for too.
Father Bernie says he holds no ill will for his attackers. He just wants them to make better choices.
How about considering a change of life? How about a different career? Because I think it would be, in the end, much better.
And police say they have not made any arrests yet in this case. They believe that the man and the woman involved were in their 20s. Reporting live in Little Italy, Jessica Albert for WJZ.